This story is called Sabah, Nargis and the Hawk. And it's a lovely little story that helps people to understand and feel more confident in their own decisions. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sabah was lost with uncertainty. Her whole life seemed to be a production line of unmade decisions. She just couldn't decide what to do. It's like her decisions were backed up and were falling over one another. She couldn't make her mind up about anything. Whatever I do could be wrong, she thought to herself. She felt paralysed, stuck in ice, and she thought that she needed to do something about this problem if she wanted life to be different. If only I had the answers. If Allah could tell me what I should do. Allah knew what to do. All He needed to do was give her the answers. She decided to ask some friends. But the friends told her that if you want answers, you first need to respect yourself. Don't pity yourself or look for answers to come from anyone else, because Allah has already given you the answers within you. Trust yourself. Ask yourself the right questions and you'll do something. But what questions do I need to ask? She thought, and thought, and thought. And she wrote down more than 100 questions and narrowed it down to 3. What is the right thing to do? That was her first question, and to her surprise, she got a whole lot of different answers from different people. Her friend Rehana owned a shop and said, the right thing to do is to make money. Her friend Sabiha, who was an alima, said, the right thing to do is to teach others about Allah. Another friend Sakina, who was wealthy and generous, said, the right thing to do is to help those who are less fortunate. Her next question was, who is the most important person to do things for? And one friend said, well, you have to look out for number 1. Another friend said, no, put others first. Be compassionate. And yet another said, well, of course, your parents are the most important people to do things for. Things were not getting any clearer, but Sabah pressed on. Her last question was, when is the best time to do things? One person said, well, at the time they come up. Live in the moment. Live in the present. Another one disagreed and said, no, plan in advance. Never let anything take you by surprise. A third one said, Allah will guide you. You have to know how to look for His subtle signs. They're all around you. Sabah got more confused. She retreated into herself and carried on with her job. As a coincidence, she worked as a carer for an elderly person, a gentle old lady called Nargis. Sabah found herself talking to her about her own life as she went about cleaning and tidying for Nargis. And Nargis would simply nod and listen. One day, they heard a loud bang from the window. They both got a fright and looked round to see that a crack had come into the glass. Sabah went over to investigate, and just outside the window, lying on the ground, a young hawk had flown into the window and was lying motionless. She really wanted to help it, but she was frightened. It was, after all, a hawk. It could wake up and scratch her. Nargis encouraged her to go. She said, I'll help you. Just get a basket and bring it inside. Nervously, Sabah went and picked up the limp bird and brought it inside. It turned out that Nargis was from the flatlands, and as a young girl, her father flew and trained hawks. Sabah took in everything that Nargis said, and Nargis talked her through the expert care of this young bird. She had a knowledge and depth that Sabah had never seen. If the hawk could have spoken, it would have probably expressed gratitude to its carers and apologized for the damage that it caused to the glass. In any case, they looked after it well, and after the hawk fully recovered and flew off, Sabah felt a sense of peace in a way that she'd never quite felt in some time. She still didn't have the answer as to what to do with her life, but she decided to ask Nargis. And to her surprise, Nargis said, I can't give you answers, you have them. Look at your life. You work for me. You made a choice in coming to care for me because you valued helping other people. You had a choice to care for those you love, so you did a job where you earn for your family. You saw me as an important and valued person, and you put aside your own urgent fright, your own concerns that the bird might bite you, and you did what I asked you, because you believed in something greater. You needed to act, and you needed to set aside your own limitations, and so you let me help you. Even though the hawk was frightening, you helped it. You took the advice, and at the time you chose the best time there was to act, when the opportunity presented itself. So that's why I say you have answers. Sabah had learned that she did indeed have a lot of answers to life, if she just looked at the evidence from her own life. It's as if she had forgotten to value herself. Looking outside for answers was kind of like telling herself that she couldn't trust what she decided. She realized that she always wanted to get things right. But through Nargis, Allah had taught Sabah the value of what she had within her, and the power of accepting her limitations and just doing her best. She got on with life because she accepted that sometimes things go wrong, and because the decisions seemed to emerge when there was a higher meaning to life. It appears that she needed a mission in life, and that was to be compassionate. And when she saw an opportunity to be like that, it just came along and she took it. This story was inspired by a lot of the exercises and stories that you'll find in th, the latest book. It's a book which uses examples and little quizzes and tests to help you to understand who you are and how to make the best of the things that you struggle with, namely the most common thing that we all face, anxiety and stress. I hope this made sense to you, and I look forward to making another video for you, inshallah. We'll keep exploring the theme of anxiety and stress, and we can manage them better. I look forward to making another video for you, inshallah. Wassalam.